Hello, welcome to Spotlight on Cirrus. Today is May 29th, 2023. My gosh, the time is just flying. My name is Laura Higgs, and today I have with me Eleanor Hayes, who is here to talk to us about the Health Auxiliary here in Cirrus. Welcome, Eleanor.
Thank you.
So you guys have a strawberry tea coming up, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about
Dessert
the
day.
history of the strawberry dessert day. Dessert day.
Okay, well, about June 1989, the hospital aid ceased to be, and it became Cirrus Health Auxiliary. Hazel Hicks at the time was the first president, and somewhere shortly after that, the details are kind of sketchy, she started inviting a few of her friends into her home, of course, in July, with the strawberries being in season.
Perfect.
Treating them and to a strawberry shortcake. I believe the next year the group expanded a little, and then it was outgrowing even the yard. And being president of the auxiliary, she then handed it over to the health auxiliary to use as a fundraiser.
Wow.
So it began as a tea. I believe there was a garden party in town to start with, and then it moved to a hall. I don't know at what point it went to the fellowship hall, but that's where it kind of developed. Somewhere in the mid-90s, Debbie Butler, being a member, had suggested perhaps a delivery service should be part of this, so that the business people could take part and enjoy the strawberry desserts. So then it was tea day, bake table, craft table, raffles, and some takeout desserts to businesses. And that just continued to grow over the years, and each year we had more participation and so on. Then all of a sudden COVID hit in 20, and that shut us right down. So we were quiet for a year. Then in 21, we got together and decided, with the restrictions easing somewhat, maybe we could revamp our strawberry tea into strawberry dessert day with pretty well deliveries to the businesses. And if individuals wanted to come and pick up a dessert, they were able to do that. So we carefully followed all the COVID guidelines, wearing caps, masks, gloves at all times. The cakes, berries, and topping, of course, were purchased from local distributors. And the public was so happy to see us, to have some kind of return to a normal life in 2021. So it was great for us to do that. That year, 429 desserts went out the door, either delivered to businesses or the public coming to pick up and take home.
Wow.
And then in 2022, last year, about 520 desserts went out the door. So we have decided that this form of fundraising is very successful. We don't see a reason to return to the tea tables and all the work that entails. And so this has been very, very successful for us.
So changing it to strawberry dessert day.
Strawberry dessert day. So now it's strictly delivery to businesses, or the public can come and get a takeout.
Okay. So how far do you deliver?
We go east as far as Carlisle Liquid Starters.
Okay.
Viterra and whoever else is in there. West, they go, I believe, to Prairie Rose Meats. South, we've gone out to David Cahoot, J&S Meats, Ashhaven, depending, who wants. And then everything that encompasses in town, every business in town gets a form.
And so they put in their, I know you do for the nurses at the hospital as well. We've put in our orders almost every year, as I recall.
Right.
All the nurses on the floor who could have the strawberry dessert, would put in orders for it,
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we do gluten-free cake as well.
Oh,
so
that's good
if
to hear.
they have a specific, sometimes somebody just wants cake and toppings. Sometimes they want the topping and the strawberries separate.
Mhm.
So
And you seem to be able to cater to that.
we can manage.
So what numbers are you planning for this year?
For takeouts, well, I don't know. Like I said, last year we were up to about 520, and hopefully most of the businesses participate. We have some new ones on board, of course, within the last year. There's been a few new businesses, so I would anticipate we'll be around the 500 mark.
Again, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you charge for the desserts
We don't
on dessert
charge.
day?
It's by donation only.
Okay,
And if people ask, we have suggested $5 a dessert.
okay,
And so the businesses, it's up to them and how they feel. Quite often they write us a check, which is more than certainly what they've ordered. Some of the individuals do too, but it's all by donation, and of course prices are going up, but
Yes.
we just kind of, you don't want to set a price.
yeah, the suggestion.
Exactly.
But I'm sure when you take it and deliver it to those businesses far away, they will sort of cover your mileage in some way?
Well, usually their checks are generous enough to do that.
That does
Yeah.
that. That's lovely.
Yes. And
Lovely.
depending, like in 2019, 18 and 19, we were fundraising for our ultrasound machine.
Right?
The donations coming from the businesses was phenomenal.
Mhm.
They
Very
really,
nice.
Yeah. But now, of course, since COVID, the 2021 was good. Last year was down a little, but some of the business was starting to hurt
Yes, yeah,
after
for sure.
COVID. Yeah.
For sure, they were. Okay, so what is the current project to benefit from this fundraising?
Currently, we are fundraising for telemetry monitor for the
Oh, good.
health center.
Mhm.
We started talking in the fall of 2021 about what our project would be, and Dr. Cram calls us his girls. And so he had some input and a suggestion, and of course we're always looking for something that might attract doctors, keep doctors here, and so on. So the telemetry monitor came up, and about that time there was a very generous donation made for our next project. So further discussions with Dr. Cram and staff there, we decided we would go for it.
Mhm.
And so then renovations currently are taking place at the hospital.
Yes.
So everything's been put on hold for now. But I found out the other day too that Shared Health, with the renovations, has put in the wireless system, so on, and the wiring. So that's all done before we get there with our check.
Oh, nice.
So we're just waiting. Hopefully by fall renovations are done, and then we can proceed in choosing, the doctors will choose
Right.
what machine they want.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good. You're right. The doctors that come in new have been trained on all this great equipment in their schools and their university hospitals that they train in, and then they come to a smaller town and we don't have that at the hand, and it does
Right.
intimidate them a bit, I think,
Yeah.
because they got to send everybody out to get these
Out,
tests done. Yeah.
Well, in December of 19 is when our ultrasound was up and running here, and it has been such an asset.
Mhm. Yes.
They all love it. It saves a lot of trips to Killarney or Brandon.
Yep.
Last summer, I believe it was, a doctor brought a patient out from Brandon because she could use the machine here
Oh, is that right?
rather than wait for it
For
to be
her-
available in Brandon.
Yeah, that's right.
Stars Ambulance has used it because it was a better machine than what they had on board.
Oh, nice.
So it's really been beneficial.
Yeah, especially time frame. You got to wait to send somebody away and get your result where a doctor can do it right there in the department.
Yes.
I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Okay, how many people on your committee right now, Eleanor?
We have 18 members in our health
18?
auxiliary
Okay,
currently.
well, good.
We're always looking for new ones. If
Yeah.
anybody wants to join.
Yeah. And how often do you meet? Once a month?
Once a month for 11 months, I guess. We don't meet in December usually. We don't meet July and August.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, just for sure. Everybody needs a little break, right?
Right.
Yeah. But it's a good commitment when people want to come out and volunteer for the
Yes.
health auxiliary.
Yes,
So
for sure.
How can they get a hold of somebody if they're wanting to know more about the
Um,
Health Auxiliary?
Sheila Holyoke is our president. I don't have her phone number offhand, but
Okay.
Sheila's our president, Pat Baldick's secretary. I'm treasurer, so I control the money.
Yeah, yeah. You look after the money for sure, yeah. So anyone, actually, if they ask around, out of 18 people, I'm sure they might know somebody. If people give out names, they might know somebody they can contact.
Oh,
but
yeah, for sure.
we'll try to find the numbers and put it across the bottom of the screen
Okay.
for you. But thank you so
Okay.
much for coming out and sharing with us about your Strawberry Dessert Day,
On June 14th.
June 14th.
June 14th. It's coming up.
2023. And the papers have gone out for the orders?
They're just, the girls are, we had our meeting this afternoon and the girls are going this week, I
To get them
believe,
printed
To
and-
get them
Good,
dropped off, and then next week they'll do the route and pick them all up.
perfect, perfect. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Spotlight in Souris. Have a great day.